Okay. What I'm going to do is that I will start this presentation about Axxa Global, and later on, Dr. Jerry Chin will present on the product as well. Okay. So this particular this will be recorded. If you don't mind, can somebody make sure that mute it? I think Jerry, Dr. Jerry, can you mute your yeah, mute for you? Okay. 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 So I'm going to start this presentation on why Axxa Global. Okay. So don't worry, the file I will send to you all, the soft copy, and at the same time also, this will be recorded and now we're going to load into YouTube as well. Okay. So why Axxa Global? Today, in the market space, there is too many MLM company, okay, and too many MLM products as well, okay. And every company and every leader, everybody claim they have their best company, they have the best product, and so on, okay. So a lot of people, especially a lot of new people who are in the business before or never into the business, they are very confused. What are the criteria or what are the factors to decide the right company? Okay, no doubt that I myself was never into MLM, but for me, I have many years into doing a business, and I also have many years was involved in manufacturing. After 6 years involved into this MLM platform, I myself I was able to summarize. These are the 4 major criteria. Okay, it will be more, but for me, I always list these top 4. Okay, to choose the best and the right MLM company. Number 1, the company. Okay, because the company is the crucial for me. When I want to choose the right MLM company, I want to go make sure that this company can go long term. Okay, it's no point to have a company where it's not long term. So you end up. That's why you can see that many people will jump from one company to another company, and so on. So for me, company is very important. So you make sure that this company able to do global expansion plan. It's not just one local country that they can do. And very important, this company must support by scientific research on their product. Okay, so because there's too many products in the market space right now, so that's why today I would like to invite Dr. Jerry to explain why Axxa Global, the seed nutrition oil, is so special, okay, and who are the main scientists behind the research. So Axxa Global is not just a company of marketing a product by itself, but we have a group of scientists in US have many years of research since year 2000 in the seed nutrition, okay, and the company must be financially strong, okay. If you are on a global space, come on, you need to make sure that that's initially, especially the first 3 to 5 years, okay. If the company, the sales is not coming up or for some reason, make sure that the company are able to, okay, and continue to put more money and make sure to expand the business, because everything when you go to the global space, operation cost, manpower, and even though you need to pay the factory into the product, it must be financially strong to support the distributor to able to expand. So number 3 is very important for me, for the company. The companies must be financially strong, okay? And of course, doing business or doing MLM, the management must have years of good track records, okay? So Axxa Global, we have these 2 owners. One is super strong into many years of MLM industry, almost nearly come to 30 years now. And he was involved with 20 over years in one company called Nikem. He's our CEO. He was one of the top distributors there. And he already proven built so many distributors globally, okay? And he understands how is this MLM or how this distributor feeling and so on when they go to the market. And the next person is our chairman, Mr. Frankie Lee, who has been involved into all this traditional business. So he have a good proven track record, successful record to run a business. So management years of track record is very, very important for me in order to decide this company go for long term. Okay. And of course, when we talk about global expansion plan, the support to the distributor. Does the company able to support so many countries when we open up a new market, especially? So all this support is very, very important, okay, in order for the distributor to deliver the product, pay the commission, get into events, get into more and more presentation and so on. So this support is very crucial from the company side. So I would say Axxa Global have all these criteria, and very, very also important. Today, this company, even though I will explain later on the timing side, we already in 45 countries. We started in Singapore. Singapore is our HQ. Our factory is in US on Seoul Plus, and we expanded in Asia until to China. Huge market. Okay, in fact, one of our number one producer right now in our company is China market. All these China distributor, and we have offices in Hong Kong, in Taiwan, in Philippines, in Thailand, in Malaysia, of course in Singapore, in Brunei, in Indonesia, and last year we even set up one office. Last year September in 2017. Budapest to support the Europe market, okay? And we have over 80 staff to support all these distributors. We even have one manager who are actually Mr. Leong, who are actually focused on this pre-market, and he was on the run in US, he was in Europe right now to support all these distributors. So this company, they know in order to run a business, the support is very, very important. And as you can see from the map, we are actually in 45 countries, and the red one, USA, Canada, Australia, and Russia is our this year target. And number 2 criteria, everything about business, about opportunity is all about timing. History never lie, okay? Just go to Google, just type top earners in MLM. You can see all those branded or established MLM company, those making the huge passive income are those people who join this established company are the pioneer. And today, Axxa Global are so pioneer. We are actually stage 1. And all these people who are making money is always on the stage 1, which is on the foundation, which is on the setup stage where we are actually just started 2 years ago. This is one of the a picture that we took in Singapore on 23rd July 2016, where we officially launched Axxa Global, which is going to be 2 years in this coming month, July on 23rd. And we already in 45 countries. So you can see that this huge opportunity in global space, and the timing was so good, all right? So we are just, every market that we're talking about right now is super pioneer, okay? Including in Norway, Finland, and so on, okay? So that's why if we want to take the opportunity on the pioneer opportunity, Axxa Global in terms of timing is super good, okay? Product, okay, which is I purposely invited Dr. Jerry later on, okay, to explain more, because for me, a company, okay, after understand the company, after understand the timing, I want to make sure that the product is special, because there's too many MLM companies out there, and everybody claim they have the best product. Nobody will say they wouldn't have the best or lousy product, okay? But for us, product is very important, okay? Even though we are in 2 years, we only have single product company, okay, which is seed nutrition. And if you see that, go to the mall or go to the pharmacies or you go to the organic shop, you're very seldom able to see seed oil, combination of seed oil nutrition, okay? And Soul Plus have 4 seed with the backup of the scientific research since year 2000. already. And today, we are the first company who are scoring ORAC 6.0, which is later on Dr. Jerry will explain about. And I love the packaging because it's an ever ready to drink packaging, okay? And of course, nutrition is 29 more potent than the fruits. And over here, this chart also show that you can see that everybody are talking about fruits, okay? And you can see that their ORAC score, the antioxidant score, is not even 10% of the seed nutrition, because seed nutrition are more potent. And you go to the mall, everybody are talking about fruit juices, nobody talking about seed juice, okay? And the special of this company is the research of the combination of seed oil, okay? And we patented the technology, we even trademark the combination, okay, of the cold press process and so on, which is later on. Okay, somebody able to control my screen? Okay, later on, Dr. Jerry will explain. Okay, so for me, if you have the company, if you have the timing, if you have the product, what next? Okay, so I presume that everybody here love the business, love to make money, love to make sure that to get this opportunity. So marketing plan, okay, as you can see from the picture, okay, a lot of these, well, majority of them at the age of mid-20, mid-30, okay, so they are so super young, okay, and at the same time, most of them, almost 90% of them, they have never into MLM. And the marketing plan works. They are today earning the weekly passive income. Okay, so these 8 ways of marketing plan or compensation plan of Axxa is already proven that all these leaders, they already achieve it every week. Okay, and the beautiful part is that because the company already providing the global space for us to do this business. Okay, I'm talking to from Malaysia like this today, whole day, Saturday, I was, since my morning, I was talking to US, Canada, and then to Europe, to UK, and just now, a few minutes ago, I was talking to the Romanian team, and today, now I'm talking to the Scandinavian team, and later on, okay, there's another group of people who will be also getting my time. So my whole Saturday will be packed with this global business. So marketing plan and opportunity is there today for Axxa Global. And today, Axxa Global is the purpose company, okay? That is our motto by these two handsome gentlemen, okay? Mr. Danny Pang, the CEO, okay? He has been in this industry more than 20 over years, okay? He is the top notch and he understands about this industry, okay? And he know how this distributor feeling when they go to the field and so on. So he is the CEO that actually supporting us, and also he's the founder of Axxa Global, backed up by his good friend, the chairman, Mr. Frankie Lee, and Mr. Frankie Lee, another opposite of him, where he never into MLM, but he has been involved into a lot of business, oil and gas, construction, developer, you name it. Okay, he was so successful into all this traditional business, and today Axxa Global is his first MLM business. Okay, and as I said just now, a company also must be financially sound, and he is also investing a lot into this platform, especially in Axxa Global, to make sure that we're able to expand our business globally. Okay, so that's all for this presentation on why Axxa Global. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to invite Dr. Jerry, okay, to do his presentation, okay, why So Plus, okay. Jerry, are you there?
Yep.
Okay, that's great. So, all yours, you can share your presentation and.
Can you see it?
Yes, we can see it. It's okay. You just make the presentation. Will do.
Okay, no problem.
Do the presentation. I think the PowerPoint there. You just click it. Yep.
Okay. Oh, there's a funny box there. Okay. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Everybody's okay, right, Kevin?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to give you some highlights about the product, what makes it so special. Oops. How do I get rid of this stupid box? Oops.
I think Jerry, you try to click the. Yeah. I think the stupid the box is you. Okay. Please move away from the share application. Or maybe you unshare again, then you share again. You try to
Stop
unshare.
share.
Okay, try and share again. It's coming.
Right?
Yep, it's coming with starting to share.
Can you see it?
Not yet. Coming. Yes. Okay.
Can you see it?
Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
Go ahead, huh? Okay, welcome everybody. For the next 20-30 minutes, I'm going to share with you the what makes SoPlus special. Before I start, let's talk about supplements. There's a lot of argument, debate about whether we need supplements. If you live and eat perfectly healthily, obviously you don't need. You get all the best air, the best water, the best foods that you can find, uncontaminated. Then with that kind of a lifestyle, you obviously do not need to take any supplements. But in reality, in today's world, the air is bad, the water is bad, the food is worse. So with all that kind of poisons that's available out there, I think it is important now that we take some form of supplements to benefit our health. Now, the most important thing is how do you choose one? Because if you go to the vitamin shop, pharmacy, health shop, there are thousands of products from all over the world. And obviously all of them claim they are good. Now, be careful because many of the mass market vitamins are quite useless. And in fact, many of them are harmful for Earth. If you take too much of those things, it will damage your liver, it will damage your kidney, and give you a lot of bad side effects. As a general rule, you should always choose something that is natural, something that is based on whole food, something that is as close to the food that you eat, not something that is or something that you've unheard of. Okay. Now, how do you compare good versus bad? Generally, the guidelines is you want to avoid things that are extracted. The reason it's extracted is because you take it out. For example, you extract vitamin C from an orange. Now, eating an orange and extracting out the vitamin C is very different because in the orange, you have a lot of other nutrients that come with it that makes the vitamin C absorbable, like, for example, calcium. Many of you don't know that an orange will have calcium in there. It's got fibers. And most importantly, it has enzymes, which allow the food to be fully absorbed. You do not want items that are isolated, which means single vitamins that are processed into a single pill, like a vitamin pill or a calcium pill. Those are very bad. Concentrated, because they want to make it small, they will concentrate it. Synthetic, why is it synthetic? Because it's easy to produce, it's cheaper, and you can concentrate it when it is synthetic, just like a drug. You can make it very small but very powerful, and it is not something natural for your body. So anything artificial, distilled, benzoate, usually is sodium benzoate or potassium benzoate or potassium sorbate or sodium sorbate. These are all known preservatives that are approved to be used, but in small quantities. But if you take a lot of those, it will have a lot of side effects for you. In some may cause cancer. So you want to go as far as possible for things that are whole food, not heated, cold pressed, always natural with no chemical preservatives. Now, the uniqueness of Soplus is that it is a very powerful antioxidant rated 6.0 ORAC, which I will explain later, and it's got healthy oils, which we call essential fatty acids. Essential fatty acids are omega-3 and 6, which our body cannot produce, but we need it from the food that we eat. Now, because we use seeds, our nutrients are always broad spectrum, which means it is not isolated or single. It is across the board. And that is the kind of health benefit you need. Because the purpose of a seed is to become a tree, is to grow and spread more seeds. So you need to have full spectrum nutrients. Otherwise, the seed cannot grow into a tree. Now, to make it even more powerful and special, we have added two more ingredients called the D-ribose and the trans-resveratrol. I will explain more later. But right now, I just want to say that we are natural, vegan, whole food with no added chemicals. It is not highly processed like pills, tablets, powders, or fish oil. In fact, fish oils are pretty dangerous to consume. It is not a good thing. You can always Google fish oil and cancer, and you can see the prostate cancer, and you can see the latest research report from Harvard. We formulate the product as a gel suspension so that it can be absorbed easily, because when you take pills and tablets and powders, your body needs to break it down, digest it, and you waste a lot of it. But in terms of a gel suspension, the absorption starts in your mouth, because we have a lot of blood vessels in the mouth, which is why it's easy to bleed at the mouth. So when you consume Soplus, it is a good idea to drink it slowly, so you have the chance to absorb it in your mouth. As KevIn mentioned earlier, we use a very high-tech packaging that is used for outer space travel, because it can keep our very sensitive ingredients fully protected using this high-tech packaging. And it is convenient, disposable, and you do not need to put it in the fridge. But of course, you do not want to put it in a place that is too hot. I mentioned antioxidants plus oil. Now, oil is something that is so critical in our body because we need it. It's in our brain. Majority of our brain is made of oil. All our skin, blood vessel, nerves, hormones, each cell, we are made up of trillions of cells. Each cell has a membrane, and this membrane allows oxygen, nutrients to go in, and all the waste to go out. It is the firewall. It is the protection for the cell, but at the same time, it must be something called permeable. It must be able to let the food come in and the waste go out. So the health of your cell membrane is very, very critical. Now, we know that 20-30% of oil is made out of fat. And where does it come from? It comes from the food that we eat, the meat, the fish, the chicken, the beef, and also majority from cooking oil, which is loaded with heated up processed oil. All cooking oils have been manipulated and processed so that it can have a long shelf life. And the moment you heat it up and you cook it, it becomes distorted. And because it becomes distorted and it enters your blood and into your body, it starts clogging up your membrane, your brain, which is why you have things like Alzheimer's, you have Parkinson's, and you have all kinds of problems, even mental issues. So it is so important that we consume the good oil and the whole range, not just one kind. We need saturated, we need polyunsaturated PUFA, we need monounsaturated, we need essential fatty acids. So it's all kinds of oil that we need. Dr. Otto Warburg, the winner of the Nobel Prize, already proved that you need good oils for the membrane to be able to absorb the oxygen. Now, for an average oxygen that you breathe in to reach the target cells, it has to cross almost like 7 membranes, depending on which cell, because it has to go from the lungs to the red blood cells to the targeted cells. So it keeps crossing like a relay. So if your membrane does not allow oxygen to cross properly, your targeted cell may suffer from a lack of oxygen. And that would be the beginning of a tumor cell, okay? Now, in terms of the specialty of Soplus, we have a blend of black cumin seed and black raspberry seed. And the combination of the oil is a patented formula, especially only for Soplus. The technology of cold press is also trademarked. It is a proprietary, maintaining its freshness through our cold press technology. And all the ingredients in Soplus all have patent filed on it for diabetes, for immune, for viral infection, for treatment of psoriasis, asthma, allergy, cancer, as well as urinary inflammation. So you can see how powerful the ingredients are. I won't go too much into the original research because it was done at the University of Minnesota by two pediatric surgeons, cancer surgeons, and Mr. Mark Muller, who is our scientific advisor for seeds. They did the research on many, many seeds, as you can see on the left, and they found that the black cumin seed and the black raspberry seed were the most powerful. And when you combine the seeds, you get something called food synergy, which increases the power of the seeds. So the combination of the 4 seeds is much more powerful than the individual seeds. As I mentioned earlier, if there are no seeds, there will be no plant life because you need the seed to grow into a tree. Therefore, in each seed, there is a multiple broad spectrum nutrients that allow the seeds to grow and germinate. I mentioned ORX6. Basically, there are 6 kinds of oxidation that damage our body. Every time we breathe, every time we eat, every time we exercise, we are being oxidized. Just like the apple turning brown or the nail getting rusty. These are all oxidation. It causes diseases, it causes aging. Now, the science has been measured that there are 6 kinds of damage to our body, and which is why we have this rating called ORX6, oxygen radical absorption capacity. So now our product is rated 6, which means it protects you against all 6 kinds of damage. Of course, recently we were the first, but recently other products have come out and they try to meet this ORX6 because they know that it is important. Now, be very careful because you can always add ingredients. You can add processed synthetic ingredients, vitamins, to make it into ORX6, but it therefore will not be natural. It will not be occurring by itself as in a seed. So there is a difference between making it ORX 6.0 compared to naturally occurring 6.0. Just as a side note, for the black cumin seed, there are many research for different benefits, but one of the strong research is on cancer because thermoquinone, TQ for short, which is found in the black cumin seed, has been proven to switch on our anti-cancer protection gene called the P53. And this was done for pancreatic cancer. And there were further research also to show that TQ works really well with certain chemo drugs to give it reduced toxicity and get greater therapeutic effects. We do have some testimonials for people who have used it for part of their cancer program. So this is something you need to take note of. Another ingredient that I mentioned earlier, D-ribose. D-ribose is actually the real energy that our cells use. Our cells cannot use sugar. It has to be processed into ATP before the cell can use the energy. Now, so our body has its own way of producing D-ribose, but as you age and as you have certain illnesses or heart problems, your production of D-ribose will be very much lower. And therefore, is it important that you add D-ribose into your diet. D-ribose will also help use your excess sugars. Therefore, it helps to lower your high sugar levels. And if you suffer from fatigue, low energy, slow recovery after exercise, or you have some weak heart problems, D-ribose is really good for you. In fact, a lot of the research for D-ribose was originally for heart, and it was done by our own scientific board member from Axxa, Dr. John St. Cyr, who is a leading expert in D-ribose. I will talk about him more later. The sixth ingredient is resveratrol, which is well known in red wine. For Soplus, we use something called the trans resveratrol. There are two types of resveratrol. You have the cis type and then you have the trans type. The trans is better because it's highly absorbable. The cis form is cheap, but you need to convert it into trans. Your body has to do it in order for it to be absorbed. If your body is inefficient in converting it, then you're wasting your money. So therefore, always take the trans form, which is much more absorbable. It is a very powerful antioxidant. We mentioned antioxidant. It also protects you against oxidation damage. But more importantly, it has an anti-aging effect. Resveratrol has been tested using the SIRT1 protein expression, because the more you have an expression of SIRT1, it means that you will live longer. Basically, that's the science behind it. If you Google PubMed, which is short for medical publication, you will see over 10,000 research papers on resveratrol. And for those of you who are crazy about research or science, you can spend your time reading about it. But all I can say is, in each sachet of Soplus that you consume, it's almost like drinking 40 glasses of red wine without the alcohol and without all the other bad stuff. So you can imagine how powerful it is. So in conclusion, some of the benefits of our product, because of all the special ingredients that we have, the 6 ingredients, the 4 seeds, plus the D-ribose and the resveratrol, you have higher energy, a lot of protection against all the oxidative damage using ORAC 6.0. It's anti-inflammatory, and it strengthens your immune system, even your cancer immune system, using P53. And most importantly, it also heals all the damaged cell membrane. All the bad oil that you have eaten would lead to very bad cell membrane. So you need good oils to allow the cell membrane to work very well. It has a detox effect. Some of you who start taking Soplus will go to the toilet, will have some diarrhea, will have different healing crises or detox crises, even headaches, sleepiness. So these are all the detox effect. And also because of the hormonal effect, it balances your hormone. So you will start having some of this detox effect. You can see from our testimonials that we have a lot of weight loss programs that uses Soplus. And I've mentioned earlier the anti-aging effect. It is suitable for everyone, whether you are a man, woman, old, young, everybody can take it. Of course, for babies, you would want to filter out the seed husk so that it doesn't choke the baby. And you would use very little, even half a teaspoon or something like that. But every little bit is good for them. I mentioned our scientific board. We have Mark Muller. He is the one that owns the patent for the black cumin seed and the black raspberry seed in combination. He started working on seed from 30, 40 years ago. His partner, Dr. Todd Merzai, who is a plastic surgeon but uses a lot of natural healing process. Dr. John St. Cyr, he has published numerous publications on D-ribose. He is renowned as the father of D-ribose. He is a cardiac surgeon, and he started using it for heart. But now we find that D-ribose is good for many applications, especially people with chronic fatigue, chronic muscle weaknesses, or people who exercise a lot or work out and need to get quick recovery. Dr. Charles Mascoplat, he's a specialty in nutrition and nutrigenomics, epigenetics, and again, very successful scientist and doctor. He's on our board. So you can see that we have very powerful people represented on our scientific board. And in conclusion, these are all the highlights of our product, our co-press product that is non-GMO, very important nowadays because many seeds are based on GMO. We are 100% gluten-free and vegan. And more importantly, we also have a SGS rating for non-toxicity. Basically, we test all the hundreds of toxic chemicals that are available, and our product is completely free, as proven by our SGS certification. So that is just a highlight of what's so special about Soplus. If you want to know more, you can go to YouTube. You can type in Axxa Dr. Jerry or Dr. Jerry, and you can see about 8 or 9 YouTube, whereby I try to explain a little bit more about the Soul Plus product. Thank you, everybody.
Wow, thank you. So that's great. That's great. Okay. I think, Jerry, can you stop sharing the screen?
Sure.
Okay, that's great. So here's Dr. Jerry, and I hope that I did present to you once last week, and as I say, you can see that Dr. Jerry is very powerful in terms of this product knowledge, and at the same time also Dr. Jerry. We together into this SIG nutrition, even though our company is 2 years, but actually we have history on the SIG nutrition since year 2000. He was 2011, I was in 2012, and we saw that this SIG nutrition have been saving a lot of people. We have a lot of testimonial to complicated diseases like cancer, Parkinson disease, skin problem, and in fact that Dr. Jerry Chin also have a very good testimonial on his son, on eczema, and you name it. Okay, we have a lot of all these good testimonial, and we do record it down, and at the same time also I put everything into the Google Drive. Just give me an email, I will share this Google Drive into our testimonial. Everything is available there, and later on I will going to upload this presentation into YouTube. And also, I'll put this original file into the Google Drive so you can download it and then you can do anything that you want. And before I end this presentation, any question for Dr. Jerry? Because Dr. Jerry is on the run all the time, so it's very difficult to get his time. So I hope that anything related to the product of Soul Plus, since he's here today, please ask him any question if you have. Okay, so okay, any question for this person, Dacian? Okay, just log in. Okay, so if let's say there's no further question to myself or to Dr. Jerry, so I will end this presentation. Okay, thank you very much.
Question.
Oh, okay,
Kevin?
Norman. Yeah, go ahead, Norman.
I have one question. After I start using this product, took 2 sachets a day, I've had a skin rash. Can that be a detox thing?
Yes, of course. Okay, Dr. Jerry, are you there?
Let me open up my mic.
Yeah.
Yes, as I mentioned earlier, different people will have different results. What you should do is, number 1, drink a lot more water than normal, and if you can, please add some fresh lemon slice into your water, because that will help you detox faster. After a few days, the rash should subside and go away. And how long have you been taking it?
For about 2 weeks.
And the rash came on the first day, or?
I can't remember, but I think some of the first days.
And you still have it? Is it really bad, itchy, or just a little bit of a rash?
It's not bad, but it's itching a lot.
Oh, it is itchy?
Yes.
Yeah, what you can do is, like I said, drink a lot of lemon water. But did you put a little bit and rub it on the rashes? Have you tried that?
Pardon? Putting what?
You can take some of the Soul Plus and apply it on the rash like a lotion. Please do that. Please do that. And after a few minutes, it will dry up, and then you can shake away the powder in the toilet, because there is some seed pus there. But that should also help.
Okay,
and
thank you.
Of course, one more thing is you might want to increase for now, just for a week or so, to 4 packets, so that you can get over the detox faster.
Good, thank you.
Thank you, mystery man.
Okay, that's great. So, any question else? If let's say it's not, thanks for joining in. And again, every Saturday, I will give a list of training, and I hope that I can do. More and more presentation on a different one. I will give to Suzanne and Billy and Arpad, or what the presentation that you guys need. And at the same time, also, I try to arrange also, if I can, those people who are sort of recover or sort of under control, like cancer patient testimonial. In fact, I have few of them who has been consuming Soul Plus for years. One lady who had breast cancer since September 2016 when she was detected. Today, she at a stage 4, where it spread to bone, other part of her body, and but she still consumes Soul Plus until today. And I'll try to invite all these people, see whether they can do the testimonial on this webinar. So all the best for today, and have a good day for everyone. Thank you very much. And again, thank you to Dr. Jerry and to the rest of the leader. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Martin.
Dr. Jerry. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Pak. Yeah.